Good morning and welcome to this very special live event from Airbus Protect, a crucial and strategic part of the company. We're being streamed live on LinkedIn because we have a very special announcement to make. Here at Airbus Protect, we're on a massive recruitment drive, and you may be just what we need. If you're excited by cybersecurity, sustainability, reducing environmental impact, risk management, and many other fascinating topics, this could be a great opportunity for you to join us here. In this show, the CEO of Airbus Protect, just over there, will outline what his team will do in more detail, what they're doing at the moment, and his mission for the future. We're also going to be talking about who we're looking to recruit, and I can tell you that if you're ambitious, a team player, and you want to continue improving your skills, this could be the place for you. Afterwards, I'll be joined, also waiting in the wings, by the head of human resources, and then there'll be a roundtable discussion with the heads of various departments at Airbus Protect to give their own experiences about working here and why you may be the perfect fit. So are you ready? Let's go. Hello, Thierry.
Morning, Chris.
You're the boss of Airbus Protect. So, for those who are watching us right now, tell us who you are.
We are a young company. We went live on July 1st, so pretty new, less than 4 months ago. We are Airbus Protect. You know, Airbus is about everything that flies, aircraft, helicopters, satellite, space station. And our mission as Protect is to make sure that everything that flies is safe, even more safe, secure, and eco-responsible. And why that? Because Airbus is investing massively in new technologies, be it on the ground, on the production chains, on the manufacturing, but also on board the aircraft. These new technologies are raising new risks, and our mission is to reduce these risks, and again, to make the planes, the ground, and what is on board, what is in the air, more safe, more secure, and more eco-responsible. And all in all, we are contributing to the transformation of the aerospace industry.
Let's go cut straight to the chase. That's why people are watching us. How many of you work for Protect right now, and how many do you want to join?
Yeah, well, we are young, but we are already 1,200 people in France, in Germany, and in the UK. So it's all engineers. And as I said, Airbus is investing massively, meaning we have a massive need for engineers and for expertise, from the young engineers to the very much experts. Our job is about service delivery, so engineering services, and we need people nearly everywhere in all the fields: safety, cyber, and sustainability everywhere.
How many?
More than 300. All in all, in these 3 countries. Also in Spain, we are seeking for competencies because, again, it goes all together. Safety goes with cyber, and eco-responsibility is a massive investment in the aviation industry.
So just to remind, when you talk about the 3 core countries, what are we talking about?
So we are talking about Toulouse, Paris, Marseille, Ottobrunn, close to Munich, Hamburg, Filton, Newport. That's where the Airbus plants are, because with what we do, you need to be close to the aircraft, you need to be close to the plant. So we are close to where Airbus is.
You talked about engineers of the 300. You talked about experts. What do you mean by experts?
Well, really, from what we do, we need people who know what they're talking about. They need to know about the systems, they need to know about the equipment, they need to know about the aircraft, they need to know about hydrogen, they need to know about cybersecurity, be it again on board the aircraft or on the plants, for the IT, for overall. So it's what makes our mission and what's interesting in what we do is that we rely on expertise. We are a service company again, so our asset is about company knowledge.
You mentioned hydrogen. We'll talk about that in a second, about the environmental challenges. Let's say I'm interested, but I don't want to be tied to a desk. I want to travel, I want to meet others, I don't want to be in a silo. What do you say to them?
Well, we are a transnational organization. We're not just organized in countries. So the BUs and where the people are organized are in France, Germany, in the UK, and Spain again. So you can have missions in the different countries. That's one thing. And then again, because what we do is very close to the aircraft or to what flies, then we need to be close to the plant. So we have people who are involved in cyber for the cockpit, people who are involved in cyber for the supply chain. Hydrogen, you need to know what you're talking about, so you have to be close to the aircraft, you have to be close to the hydrogen production chains. So although we are doing engineering and somehow some paperwork, it's very much related to the final product.
Whenever I hear Airbus top management talk, they talk about sustainability and the environment. If I want to join you, that's probably core to my heart as well. Tell me.
We're all passionate about the aerospace industry, and we are facing this major challenge about decarbonation and this 2035 deadline by which Airbus will fly with an hydrogen-powered aircraft. So if you join us, you will be part of the adventure, you will join the aviation industry, you will contribute to the decarbonation of aviation, and that's exciting.
Sure. I mean, so when we hear about the zero-E concept aircraft, that's the kind of thing they could be working on?
Yeah, absolutely. So we are not only working on the zero-emission aircraft, we are also working on the current generation of aircraft. We are working on sustainable aircraft fuel, for example. So it's not just about something that will happen in 15 years from now. It's happening today.
What are the promotion prospects? I'm sure you're aware that people will say Airbus, it's a big company. Yeah. I'm young, I want to move fast, I want to do things, I want to be agile.
Yeah, so we are Airbus, but then as I said, we are a young company, only 1,200 people. So you take benefit from what Airbus is, the brand, the recognition, the exciting project, but then we are relatively small. So we are what people expect, to be in an agile organization, to have opportunities to move around, to move in different countries, to have plenty of business opportunities. And also what I have to say is we not just focus on Airbus, we also have projects for the supply chain or for other industries. If it means something for Airbus, like mobility, you know, everything what is autonomous, the cars, the vehicles, the trains have to be safe, secure, and sustainable. So that's something, competency that we can reuse for this kind of industry, and the knowledge that we can gain and bring back to Airbus.
And again, when we talk about Airbus, we're talking defense, we're talking satellites, space, helicopters. I mean, you tell me.
Yeah, we are transnational, so we cover the full divisions and the full portfolio, I would say, of Airbus. That's what is nice. So today we'll work on aircraft. Tomorrow you can work on the helicopter. The day after on space station. So it's really opening all the doors of all what Airbus delivers.
A lot of new recruits elsewhere say, I want to be close to the product. I don't want to be tied to the desk. I want to feel and breathe the aerospace industry. What do you say?
Well, you can be tied to the desk. You can work from home because we have also an interesting teleworking policy. And then you can work close to the aircraft or to the product. As I said, our offices are where Airbus is. And if you want to work on the product and what we do, we have to know it by heart, meaning you have to be close to the product. So you have means to visit the Airbus plants, to be close to the aircraft, to be in the cockpit, to be close to the engine, to work with the engine industry, to work with the hydrogen industry. So it's a variety of missions and close to what we do, not just paperwork.
Thierry, people who are watching will be wondering, okay, what's your background? Tell us your story.
Well, I'm an engineer myself, so I started as a software engineer, so I did some coding during a number of years. Then I worked on satellite projects, on aviation projects, on everything that flies, everything that is mission critical around cybersecurity and around safety. So it makes sense for me to be leading this company. I'm very proud to be leading it and to be with the teams just standing close by.
So just to recap, Thierry is saying that there's 1,200 people here now, but there's a massive investment, a ramp up all across all divisions,
That's right.
all core countries. We're looking for 300 people as engineers and experts.
That's right.
Okay, so if you're interested, you know what to do. Thank you very much for your time, okay? Good luck.
Thank you.
So, right after Thierry, I'll be joined by the head of human resources here at Airbus Protect. So carry on staying with us. Thank you. Carole Lecrinier, head of HR. Hello.
Correct. Hi, Chris.
So, if someone's watching now, or hopefully many are watching right now, and they're saying, I like what I hear so far, but Airbus is a big company, and I'm scared of too much bureaucracy, too many layers. I want something which is a bit more nimble. You've heard that all before.
Yeah, so yes, Airbus is a big company and it's a nice company. So, but nevertheless, I think it is not just about big or small company. I think it's about ambition and intention and how we want to work with our employees. And in Airbus Protect, clearly, and it's not only HR policy, it's really a holistic view from the leadership team to say we want agility, we want autonomy, and we want fast making decisions. So we organize the organization that way, meaning with not a lot of layer, and we have a certain number of autonomy on the job to make sure that the decision can make quite quickly.
When you say autonomy, what do you mean by that?
Autonomy, it means that you have your role and responsibility defined, you've got your own mission, but then the way you organize it is the way you organize it. So, of course, we need to deliver, we need to satisfy our customers, so it's something we must do, but then the how and how you do is something that we think people can act on it.
Earlier, Thierry was talking about promotion prospects between, I could jump from space to defense to civil. I mean, that's a genuine guarantee, it's a promise that agility is there.
Yes, sure. And it's so we consider as well that people are owner of their own career path, meaning that they have to think about the next step. It doesn't mean that we need to move and we expect people to move a lot. Nevertheless, there's a lot of career path in Airbus Protect. You can become an expert, you can become a line manager in the helicopter side, or you can jump to the aerospace one. So it's something which is various.
What's the difference between an engineer and an expert?
An engineer is someone who is, as we all know, someone who is expert on his own activities. As an expert, it's the same field, meaning that that's the engineer field, but in Airbus, we have an engineer expert path, so it's a specific assessment, and when you've got this assessment and you recognize as an expert, you can act on a different kind of influence, and not only on the job but on a fully ecosystem, and it's rich in terms of experience.
So people who are watching us, Carol, as head of HR, what kind of profile are you looking for?
So today, I will not be exhaustive because we, as Thierry said, 300 people to recruit, so it's a lot. Nevertheless, on the cybersecurity side, we are looking for a cybersecurity architect. We are looking for SOC integrator. And on safety and sustainability side, safety system engineer as an example, or zero emission engineer, as we said before. So it's a part of the job we are looking for everywhere, again, in UK, Germany, and France.
Traditionally, aerospace, and I guess I would say the engineers in this field and innovation have been more masculine. That's changing, right?
Yes, a little bit. It doesn't mean that on education side and company side we do not have to reinforce that, but we are quite positive on that in Airbus Protect. About 30% of people are female, so it's important. It's a nice average. Nevertheless, diversity for us is not only about female and male, but we are looking for people with different backgrounds. We are looking for beginners or senior, so different level of experience as well, and cognitive diversity as well, which is important for us, transnational profile, and we will have a look just next with the round table. So it's something we think it's the added values of Airbus Protect to be diverse.
And before we began this live on LinkedIn, you talked to me about values. Yeah. Elaborate. Tell me more about that.
So the main values we want, again, I was speaking about the customer side, so it's a part of, and it's important for us to deliver on time, on cost, and on quality. But of course, we want, as a service company, we want to be focused on our people. It's the added values of Airbus Protect, our people. So that's very important for us, and I think you will have an illustration as well just after regarding the innovation, which is important to face this growing market in front of us.
And again, to reinforce what Thierry said earlier, the jobs are everywhere. They're not just in the headquarters.
No, exactly, everywhere in UK. So it took the example of Newport, Bristol, but we can imagine different ways of working, as Thierry said as well. In Germany, it's around Munich, so Ottobrunn and Hamburg, Donauwörth, and in France, mainly Paris, Toulouse, and Marseille.
So I have the right profile, but I have options, I have choice, they're lucky. Why should I choose you as an employer rather than someone else?
Currently, you're lucky, indeed, and we speak about the war of talent, and we are in this context. So why Airbus Protect? As Thierry said, we are a new company, so we build the future all together, and I think it's a very nice challenge to highlight. Then, if you are interesting and concerned by environmental topics and sustainability, if you are agile and if you want to, again, face a growing market, I think you just can join us.
And I think that's the case, right? The young people, well, old people now, but especially the younger generation, are focused on sustainability.
Exactly. I think it's one of the value and societal challenge, and that's why Airbus invest as well on this topic, for sure.
So great. So Carol, if I just recap from you, again, 300 people needed now across divisions, across countries. What's important is the value that you bring, the values that you offer, not the gender, more women, absolutely, young, more experienced. If you've got what you need and you want to come, this is the right place, right?
Exactly. Just join us.
Okay.
And you will live a fun experience as well.
Brilliant. We'll be talking a bit later about how to actually go through the recruitment process and what you do next.
Yes, with Yona.
Indeed. Thank you very much, okay?
Thanks a lot.
Thank you. So that was Carol, who's head of HR here. Coming up next, we'll have our first roundtable, and that'll be your future at the heart of innovation and sustainability. So stick around. Well, here's our first roundtable, again, on innovation and sustainability. So let me introduce Marina Machado, is head of innovation. Then I have here on my right, Marcus Neumeyer is a cybersecurity specialist, which is also, you're the fireman of the cybersecurity industry, I think you're going to tell me.
Right.
And I'm joined by Thibaut Bouvin, who's account manager of sustainability. Also, as you've heard, that you can get an idea, they all come from different nationalities. Tell me your nationality.
I come from Germany.
I'm French.
As my name doesn't show, I'm French with Portuguese background.
And this is quite common at Airbus Protect, this kind of multicultural. How important is it to you?
Oh, it's very important. So my team, we have people from the USA, from Argentina, from French, from Germany, to give some examples. Also, the diversity is for your background is very important for us. So if you have electrician engineering or informatics security or media informatics or something else, we need all of you. So if you have passion in cybersecurity, you should join us.
Okay. Would you like to add anything?
Yeah, the same as Marcus said. So, and as well from our customer side, we face some customers that are coming from all over the world. So we have as well to be dynamically introducing and working with them in foreign language. So.
Yeah, for diversity is always a plus. Whatever is your background or your origin, you always add something. And as we're building also new ways of working and methodologies for the energy transition, we need to have different thinking. So we need different people.
And as Carol and Sherry said, you're based everywhere. You're everywhere. Where are you based?
I'm based in Munich and Ottobrunn, but at the end I'm working in every Airbus facilities. And most of the time I'm working for customers on the customer side, somewhere in Europe. So when a customer calls us because they got hacked, so they need the firefighters, then we're traveling to the customer, find out what the hacker did. So if they got deleted something, compromised, modified, or stealing, then we are coming, doing our incident response services, and hit the hacker out of the system.
Okay. And where are you based?
I'm in Toulouse, but I'm moving a lot. So between, of course, internally Airbus Protect, but meeting as well other people, and as well working on customer meetings to understand their pain. So it's very agile work. Sometimes like jumping from a meeting room to another, dynamically as well on other contexts. So yes, I have no daily routines, I would say.
Marina?
So I'm based out of the headquarters here in France, in south of France, Toulouse, but my team are in different offices, and our aim is to have people in all our premises, whatever is in France, Germany, or Spain.
So Marina, tell me, as head of innovation, what does that mean for you?
So basically, as head of innovation, I'm actually in the leadership team of Airbus Protect alongside with Carol and Thierry. And basically, my team has for a mission to lead innovation, technology, and training within the organization across all our divisions, but also transnationally.
Give me concrete examples of some of the R&D you're working on.
So currently we have more than 25 different R&D projects. So as you know, Airbus Protect is a new company, so we started on the 1st of July, but our origin is Apsys, who was a company with more than 35 years of experience, and also Airbus Cybersecurity. And from these two entities, we came with these 25 different projects who are mainly around artificial intelligence, cybersecurity, modelization, digital twins, but also sustainability, energy transition. And if I were to provide, for example, two main examples, we work on an R&D project with EASA on the machine learning. So basically, we are working on the ways of getting machine learning safe and the ways of certification. How do you certify something is constantly evolving? So this is one type of the project that we do. We also work on some mobility projects, one called Relium, for example, which is on autonomous freight trains, so to give more autonomy to the trains, to be more sustainable, and to try to shift the freight to train. And we also have, for example, another one on cyber security called CyberSys, and I think you, Marcus, you work on this one, which is dealing with cyber security data services on a European level. So this is a European Horizon Europe 2022 project, for example. So it's very diverse. Also, we have other projects that aren't disclosed because we work with like some specific industrials with NDAs or with specific security constraints. So obviously, we hear a lot about urban air mobility, so what we call flying taxis more commonly. So that's some of the projects we work on currently.
Great. Okay. I'm fascinated by the urban air mobility. It's a huge growth area, right?
Definitely. But what is interesting, obviously, we Airbus, but we also work in various mobility industries and energy. So that allows us to transfer some knowledge and competencies that is very useful from one industry to another. So, and the interconnectivities of all the mobility means is really important to us.
Great. Marcus, I referred to you earlier as a fireman in the cybersecurity. Explain that.
Oh, it's difficult because when the company got hacked, so your IT system is burning, and you didn't know, okay, is the hacker still in there? Is he stealing data? What he's doing there? Then you need like a firefighter or maybe a policeman. So I would say some mix of. So then you can call us. Then we came to you. And because in the beginning, like it's our first contact, we didn't know which system you're using. Use your Linux, Windows, Mac OS, or something else. So our people need to be well trained. We need to develop our people continuously. And that's like a job as a firefighter, I would say.
And you always have to stay one step ahead of the hackers.
Of course. Yeah.
I mean, that's a nightly challenge that gives you sleepless nights, right? Or exciting nights, how you want to refer to it.
Oh, it's okay. It's not so stressful like it sounds, maybe. So we are partly working, of course, for the customer side, but on the other side, we are doing a lot of trainings internally and externally. So we have our own development plans. We have professional trainings from external parties, but we're also doing our own ones. For an example, we're doing a lot of capture the flags. It's a very funny stuff because you are allowed to hack a system or to protect a system, and you can't really destroy something because it's your own system. And there we're doing together with our pentester team a lot of special trainings, and it's every time very funny, I would say.
I know the people who are watching who have cybersecurity experience, again, they have choices. Go on, you've got to give me an elevator pitch. Why should they come to you?
Oh, why they should come to you? Because we have exciting customers. So working for middle-sized companies, for hospitals, but also for ministries, agencies, and the military, or for example, also for a bank. So if you have passion in cybersecurity and you're open-minded to see a lot of different stuff and want to continuously learn and develop yourself, then cybersecurity at Airbus Protect is the place to be.
The place to be. Okay. Thibaut.
Yeah, so my job, so I'm working on sustainability as it has been introduced. So first of all, we work on sustainability for our own company, and we already have, as said by Marina, we have some expertise as well, mainly on industrial risk and this type of field. And we are growing right now. We are trying to develop ourselves. So we are already working a lot externally for external customers. So we're trying now a bit to enter more to the business of aviation. So as you know, aviation decarbonization and overall industry decarbonization is a big topic. So of course we have a lot to do. We have to grow as well the expertise. Bringing internal expertise, external expertise to our customers, and meaning as well to go further, to build and to propose some training and awareness on sustainability topics for them. So concretely, because I feel your question arriving, concretely, as said by Thierry, we are working a lot on big projects, big fishes, as said, zero emission. We are working as well on hydrogen projects, which is supply chain, which is as well the way to put it in place inside the factory. But as well, we have a lot of projects which are a bit not medium term, but probably short term, because it's an action plan which is totally crazy with among Airbus and the overall aviation industry, it's more than 300 projects. So basically a lot of different things, regulation, chemical substance, if I can give some small examples, but very enriching, dynamic, and probably less running than Marcus, but still very dynamic.
So if people who are watching know something about hydrogen, fuel cells, electrification,
exactly,
they're talking to the right people?
Exactly. And as said as well before from HR side, we are looking as well from a dynamic profile, being able to speak languages, to be open-minded as well, as said by Marina, to have a dynamic work environment, enriching between each other with a lot of different people coming from all over the world with different backgrounds, as Marcus was mentioning in his speech. So that's really what we are looking for, dynamic people.
And there's a lot of crossover. I guess you're dealing with them a lot with cybersecurity, and your R&D projects in the leadership would be working together as well.
We have bridges that are built, and that's the strength also of Airbus Protect is a holistic approach. We have really three pillars: the safety, security, and sustainability, because overall is to protect people, to make it safe, secure, and also secure in a longer way. So this is our aim, and that is why we work together.
I know you've not been here very long yourself, so sustainability and reducing the carbon footprint was important for you.
Yes, and it's not only, it's as well a corporate and a professional duty, I would mean, and as we develop, we'll grow in competence, and of course, being a kind of a duty to provide services and to help this decarbonization, and not only decarbonization, because it's an overall transformation of the overall society, I mean. But it's as well on our side, for my side, for example, a personal engagement. I'm leading an association on the eco-design and ecosystem, and as well working on biodiversity and repairability of different devices. So it's not only a professional engagement, and that's this kind of profile we are looking for as well, and engagement, because engaged personally means as well you are very powerful on professional side. So
we've got a question actually on LinkedIn for you, Thibaut. Do you offer training for employees? Development is important for me.
Yes, clearly, that's the thing. By the way, I am a newcomer, so I arrived 4 or 5 weeks ago. I was coming from a sustainability domain, so that's my expertise. But when you arrive, basically you have a newcomer training pack for the common things, the quality, the ethic and compliance, and different sample basics training. But after, if you want to develop yourself, you have two different ways. First of all, you can do it by yourself, and there is a bunch of trainings in several domains, what you want to do, what are your engagement, what you want to learn. But you can as well contact your manager, working with your manager, as Marcus, as a team, for example, is doing that, and basically building something with your manager and building the next steps and say, okay, then you need to train on this, you need to further improve on this. So it's, as said, a very dynamic way of building your career. And as Carol said, it's as well your duty as employee to put some strengths on this, and it's not only a one-way decision. So
Final thoughts from Marina and from Marcus. Again, you're trying to convince people to come and look at you and come and work with you. What would you say? Final thoughts, if you had to say.
I would say when you have passion in cybersecurity and you want to make some stuff safety, because in my opinion, you can't have safety without cybersecurity. Just for a small example, we have seen some hacker that attacked an industrial control system, get control over the full production line, and then the robotic arm is going crazy. So when the robotic arm is going crazy, then you didn't have any safety anymore. So when you will be part of cybersecurity and safety, then you definitely should join us.
Marina.
Yes, very in line with my colleagues here, but yes, basically we are in a period of a big transition in the world, and we also want to be more sustainable, but we can't just sit there and watch it come on its own. So if you want to have an impact and be part, it's really a place to be, because we learn from different industries and we can really apply it and to try to make things more safe, secure, and sustainable. So yes, it's a place to be, and also we have fun people in the company, so that would be a good reason to join.
Marina, Thibaut, Marcus, thank you very much. That wraps up our first roundtable, Your Future at the Heart of Innovation and Sustainability. Thank you, all three of you.
Thank you, Chris.
Coming up next, our roundtable right now is how you can help us make mobility even safer. Thank you. Hello, all three of you. So, here on my right, and I hope I don't get this wrong, Pablo Fixas Lopez.
Very well pronounced.
Project Manager, Safety and Continued Airworthiness. Carol Fargias, is that right? Account Manager, Aircraft Control. And Johannes Baroche, Safety and Reliability Engineer. So, why don't you start? Fabulous titles, but maybe some people won't really know what they mean. So elaborate. Tell us about your daily job and what you do.
So when I arrived in APSIS then, so 3 years ago, I was a certification engineer and a project manager. But then we grew and we had the opportunity to make an internal promotion to have a new managers. And I became head of aircraft control account for Airbus aircraft. So we are based in Toulouse, and we work on all aircraft control related activities, so from the design to the testing and the transverse activities such as certification, safety and airworthiness.
I guess I should have started this off by saying at Airbus in the aerospace industry, I mean, nothing comes before safety. That is the key to everything, right?
Yes, correct. In the end, everything comes from scratch, and we have to think out of the box in order to see how to make our aircraft safer.
So what do you do?
I'm Spanish, but I work in the United Kingdom. I'm the manager of the System Safety, Continued Airworthiness and Design Assurance teams in the UK. I work with an amazing team of more than 10 engineers that are from absolutely everywhere from the world. And I'm as well a safety engineer. I keep working, producing safety assessments because I like the technical aspect, so I keep developing my technical skills.
So when you talk about safety, what do you which field in particular, and what kind of things are you trying to test that you can talk to us about?
We work on the Airbus commercial aircraft, on all the programs, and basically, for example, in the UK, we work only on the landing gear and the fuel systems. And basically, safety consists in assessing all the possible failures that they could happen in the aircraft and in the system, and try to avoid them. That's the way how to perform the safety assessment.
That explains that pretty well. Tell us what you're doing, Jonas.
So I think that
Where are you based, first of all?
I'm in Marseille, so I'm working for Airbus Helicopters for the safety department. The finality is quite close to Pablo, so we are working on the safety analysis for all the helicopter range for Airbus, so light to medium, civil and military project. And yes, we ensure that all the products we developed are compliant to a good safety level.
A lot of people who might be considering coming here might think Airbus is too big, it's too bureaucratic. What do you say to them?
It's true that Airbus is big, but in the end, given that it's a big company, it's working on many different projects, and most of them are innovative. In order to be innovative, you have to think out of the box, because as the technology improves, you need to think how to still comply to regulations. These regulations sometimes they get outdated. So we need people that can think out of the box in order to get those regulations updated and therefore create a very safe aircraft.
And you work on several projects at the time. You talked about landing gear in the UK. Or
yes, so for example, we have the hydrogen, which Thierry was speaking before. Hydrogen is a new, completely new world within Airbus, and it's a new technology where we don't have a lot of things, a lot of past experience. Therefore, we have a lot of engineers that are squeezing their brain and thinking how to make this aircraft safer.
Carol, aircraft control, elaborate a bit more on that, and what impact do you really have if someone's watching?
So we are really working on the control of the aircraft, so this has a direct safety impact on the aircraft. We work in a way that is really integrated within Airbus team, and a lot of autonomy is requested from us. And we have impact on, we can work on the innovative projects that are developed by Airbus, either in terms of architecture or in new concepts such as single pilots or so on. And as we are also within Airbus Protect smaller than Airbus, we have the ability to propose new ideas and to have a kind of agility. So, for instance, we can we can have innovative ideas. Such, for instance, someone in our team is proposing a patent for test means for aircraft control, or so we can have an impact either by proposing new ideas or by working on an innovative project.
Okay. As people are watching, Jonas, I've been to Marseille a couple of times. I've seen the amazing flight test beds for the new helicopters. I see the new helicopter that's going to be coming out, of course, which is amazing. These are the kind of things people could work on?
Yes, totally. I think that we are working on a lot of projects, so in service helicopter and in development helicopter also, so that could fit everyone. And so, for example, one of the interesting projects that we are currently working on is the definition and the development of the new avionics that will be installed in the new military helicopters that will be delivered then to the French army, so Guépard, also called Guépard, yes. And so it's very interesting because it implies a continuous discussion with all the design office in Airbus. So we are yes, in discussion with the human factors, flight test pilot, system responsible, but also continuously with the authorities and also supplier and so on.
Yeah, Airbus helicopters maybe is slightly less well known than the civil, but I mean, you're world leaders in this, in all aspects when it comes
to. Excuse me, I'm not sure that I totally...
I mean, Airbus helicopters is really a world leader in that field.
Totally, yes. Yes, we are working on also a lot of new projects and new development. And so Airbus Helicopters is currently the leader in the market of helicopters. So it enables us to work on a lot of new projects and to develop new ideas. So if you want to be part of the future of the helicopter, yes, it's a place to be as it was said before by my colleagues.
Pablo, I'm being told in my ear that there was a question on LinkedIn for you. What's the possibility of evolution if I don't want to be a manager?
Well, in the end, we're a consultancy company, so you can develop yourself in many different ways. For example, you can become an expert, as Carol was saying before. We have a very recent case, for example, in the UK, where we have promoted a colleague where he's gone from normal experienced engineer to become a technical advisor. And he's going to be the specialist who has the knowledge on the system and will guide the team through all the questions that they might have.
Okay, just final question to each of you, and I know it's tough when you're engineers to do this succinctly, but in 20 to 30 seconds each, starting with you, what do you do to make mobility safer at Airbus Protect?
We are working on more and more complex designs, so we contribute to this design and testing, and it leads also big challenges for certification and safety, and as we are also in direct contact with the authorities, we can anticipate their needs and work on that.
Yes, I think that the key is to be involved since the beginning of the product until the certification and the delivering of the product, and to involve all the contributors to the safety issues in order to be sure that it's well understood and that it will be well taken into account in the development of our product.
Well, as my colleagues were saying, we work with certification regulators, EASA, FAA, and many national organisms, and we have to follow their certification requirements. However, we interpret them and we go beyond them. So our aircrafts are even safer than what they are required.
Fantastic. So hopefully you've got an idea on how you can help us make mobility even safer, working on some amazing projects across the board, from civil to space to helicopters. I'm sure I've missed something out, but there's anything else I'm missing out? It's all there, right?
No, it's everything there.
So great. Thank you, all three of you. Thank you. So, of course, if you've been watching us, you now want to know, okay, I'm sold, I'm interested in recruitment, what do I do next? Well, we've got the answers for that right now, coming up from the Recruitment Business Manager. Thank you, all three. So, with me is Joanna Robert, Recruitment Business Partner. Thank you very much. So, if people are watching right now and they've heard about 300 jobs that are available across Germany, France, Spain, what do they do next?
So it's very easy. If you want to apply to our company, you have several ways to do it. You can either do it now and send your CV to us through the QR code or through our email address, which is protect@airbus.com. If you need to think about it and to send us your CV maybe later, you can also directly go to our website, so either Airbus website or Airbus Protect website through our career page, and then you can also apply to this job offer directly.
As a recruiter, what are you looking for when you see these? Because you're going to get lots of CVs, and some stand out and some, what stands out for you?
Yeah. So basically, we are looking for people who share the same values as we have within Airbus Protect. So what does it mean? It means that we need people who are dynamic, as said before, who are open-minded, who have a proactive mindset, and also who are really motivated to join us and to join a dynamic and growing company.
What do you mean by open-minded?
I mean people who are curious, who will be able to move from a project to another, who can be able to discuss with cybersecurity engineers, safety engineers, sustainability engineers.
Again, you're talking about autonomous, working on their own budgets often, agility. These are all key.
Yeah, basically agility is also one of the key we have because, as said before, we are a service company, so we are providing different projects. So the key is to be able to work on different projects, to help colleagues who maybe have more workload in safety or security or sustainability. So that's also the key.
So take me through the stages now. As someone who's watching, who's thinking about applying, what do they do now?
So since we receive your CV through the different way I just told you about, if your CV is selected by the hiring manager and the recruitment team, you will be contacted by us, and then you will always have an HR and a technical interview. The reason behind it is to make sure that we will answer to all of your questions, either HR or technical aspects, and we try at least to have one of them face-to-face.
So what's the timeline between the first contact and, let's say, I actually start sitting down and start working on new mobility features?
Yeah, of course. So this will depend on different criteria, but usually from the first contact we have with you to the signature of the contract, it can be between 3 weeks or 1 month. And then about the day of your arrival, this will depend on your availability, on your notice period, because sometimes it can be 1 month, it can be 2 or 3 months as well.
Now, over the past hour or so, we've hopefully given you a really good idea of what you can do, what you're looking for. But if I still have questions, I can ask?
Yeah, of course. So we have also different way to ask to your question. There is our email address, which is protect@airbus.com, and our fabulous communication team will answer you by email, or you can also directly contact us through LinkedIn with our Airbus Protect page, and we'll be very happy to answer you.
Fantastic. Thank you, Joanna. So we're coming to the end, and this whole program, I want to thank all the teams who've been involved. Why don't the teams come and join me now here, who've been involved here? Don't be shy. So this program obviously been live streamed on LinkedIn. Will also be available next week on YouTube if you've missed anything, so you can catch up on that. Of course, you can already start asking questions to Joanna and the other team, the rest of the team. And of course, the recruitment process, there's 300 jobs across Airbus's facilities in Germany, France, UK, Spain. Again, we have to insist, it could be space, it could be defense, it could be civil, it could be helicopters. So please, hopefully you've got a little insight into what we're doing here. And we look forward to hearing you, especially this team here behind me. So we'll just say goodbye. Goodbye, everyone.